Ticket to Ride is a digital adaptation of the route-building tabletop game of the same name designed by Alan R. Moon. The clips utilized for this tutorial were captured on the PC version of the game developed by Days of Wonder and published by Twin Sails Interactive. In Ticket to Ride, players will collect train cards to claim railway routes on a map to score points. The game ends once a player's stock of trains indicated here on the left side of the screen for your opponents, and here on the bottom right side of the screen for yours, gets down to 0, 1, or 2. And the goal of the game is to score the most points by the end. At the start of the game, players will be given 3 options of 3 destination tickets that could provide bonus points if successfully completed. By hovering your cursor over these tickets, the 2 cities that need to be connected with your trains will be highlighted. The number on the lower right side of each card represents the number of points you'll receive at the end of the game if they are completed. You must choose 2 of these tickets to keep, but you can choose all 3 as well. The game is played in a series of turns between the players. Each turn, a player can perform one of 3 possible actions. The first action we'll explain is claiming routes. This is the main way to score points during the game. When performing this action, you'll play train cards from your hand with colors that correspond to the route you want to claim, the number of which must also match the number of spaces a route has. As an example, if we wanted to claim this route, we would need to play 3 black train cards. To perform this action, we click on the cards we need and drag them to the route we'd like to claim. After which, trains of our player color, in this case yellow, will be automatically placed on the route to indicate that we've claimed it. And to emphasize, the game ends once a player's stock of trains goes down to 0, 1, or 2. So be sure to always check your and other players' remaining trains to gauge if you have enough time to carry out your plans. The number of points we'll score for claiming a route depends on its length. Here, on the bottom right portion of the map, you'll find the number of points that each route length will provide. As we can see, the longer the route, the higher the points. Points that players gain through claiming routes will be tracked at the bottom of each character's portrait. As you've probably noticed, some routes are gray, which doesn't match any train card color. For these routes, you can choose to play any color to claim them, but all cards in the set still have to be the same color, and the number of cards still has to match the length of the route. Take note that aside from regular colored train cards, there are also locomotives. Locomotives are multicolored cards and can act as any color you need them to be. As an example, let's say we wanted to claim the same route but don't have enough black train cards. We do, however, have a locomotive that we can spend to be able to claim the same route. The second type of action we can do is to draw train cards. When performing this action, you may draw up to 2 train cards from the display here on the right side of the screen. You may choose to draw from the face-up cards, or blindly from the deck here. As mentioned, train cards come in different colors that match various routes between cities on the map with the exception of locomotives. When choosing to claim a locomotive from the display as an action, you may only draw 1 card instead of 2. There is no limit to the number of cards you can have in your hand. Take note that if at any time 3 of the 5 face-up cards are locomotives, all 5 cards are immediately discarded and replaced with 5 new ones. The last action you can choose to do is to draw new destination tickets. You can find your current destination tickets here on the lower left side of the screen. As mentioned earlier, you started the game with 2 or 3 destination tickets depending on how many you chose to keep. And these tickets provide additional points at the end of the game if you were able to connect the indicated cities with your trains. You can click on these tickets to highlight the cities that need to be connected. Take note that if you were unable to complete a ticket by the end of the game, the indicated number of points is instead subtracted from your overall score. So you'll need to be careful when choosing tickets and when choosing to take more tickets. To draw additional destination tickets as an action, you can click here on the upper right side of the screen. Like during the start of the game, you'll be given 3 options. You must choose to keep 1, but you may choose to keep more if you want to. To reiterate, the game ends once a player's stock of trains goes down to 0, 1, or 2. After this condition is met, you'll be notified, and all players are given one last turn to perform one action. After everyone has performed their final actions, scoring commences. Everyone's destination tickets will be revealed. Values of completed tickets are added to each player's overall scores, while values of uncompleted tickets are subtracted. Finally, the player with the longest continuous path of routes receives a bonus of 10 points to their score, and the player with the most points wins. In the case of a tie, the tie player who completed the most tickets win. And that's everything you need to know to play Ticket to Ride. I'd also like to mention that the game comes with several expansions that provide different maps and adds different mechanisms to the game, but I'll leave those for you to discover on your own. Thanks for watching.